Oh, hey everyone, I'm Big John, and welcome to another episode of the Diz Ability Show. Now, this week I want to talk to you guys about some. This week I want to talk to you guys about some mobile ordering tips. So, of course, mobile ordering is something people at Disney who go to Disney are doing a lot now because of physical distancing, and And let me tell you, when you do mobile ordering or making dining reservations, you do not want to wait until the last minute. Because yesterday we forgot to do it yesterday morning, so we did it yesterday afternoon for some of our remaining dining reservations. But anyway, what you do is go to the My Disney Experience app. You go to you pick the park or resort that you're at for that day, and you pick what time, and you pick a restaurant. You try to figure out what time is best, and then you place your order. Or if you're doing the mobile ordering thing, you place the order, and they'll tell you when it's ready. And it is very convenient for those who don't want to wait in line at a restaurant, especially right now. And that way you can do what we do. What I do when we get to the restaurant, I have my parents go stand in line and wait for our food while I scope out and find a table. It is the best thing. It is a good idea of divide and conquer. That way you're not searching for a table and everyone doesn't have their hands full with food. You can have someone search for a table that is very convenient. Like, say, I would want to get one with a booth because that's how I roll. But everyone likes to do things differently. So, next time you do mobile ordering, search the menu for things that you like, and cross out the places that won't fit your forte. If you're picky eaters or you can't eat certain things. So, anyway, that's my tip. As always, let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions for future tips, and I'll make sure it gets into a future episode. And now it's time for this week's Top 5. All right. For this week's Top 5, all you, my fellow 90s kids, you're welcome. This week, my top 5 Disney afternoon shows. For those of you who don't know what the Disney afternoon is, or first of all, I'll look it up. Most of the shows are on Disney Plus. Anyway, these are my top 5 favorite shows. Number 5, Gargoyles. Now, this was perhaps Disney's most intense, action-packed animated series. It's about gargoyles, obviously, and they live in they've been brought back to life in 90s New York City. And I think it's very cool because frankly, what heroes aren't living in New York City right now? So anyway, it's an awesome show. Number 4, DuckTales. And the original DuckTales, not the version that just ended. The OG DuckTales. Scrooge McDuck, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and of course, my personal favorite, Launchpad McQuack. It is perhaps one of the greatest things to come out of the 80s or Toon Disney how I grew up with it. And it is filled with adventure and comedy and a lot of laughs, especially with the Launchpad parts. Anyway. All right, number 3, Tailspin. Now, Tailspin features Baloo from the Jungle Book as, believe it or not, an airplane pilot. And it's pretty cool because it shows another world where Baloo actually knows how to fly a plane. King Louie is an owner of a bar, and Shere Khan is like a villainous crime lord, obviously, because it's Shere Khan we're talking about, and it's kind of fun. Again, action-packed comedy and a whole lot of nostalgia. All right, number 2, Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers. Now, this show is, again, one of those really funny shows. It was action-packed. You got Chip and Dale leading a team of a group of tiny little heroes trying to rescue people from harm and fighting bad guys, and it's very cool. Even Chip and Dale can be the heroes sometime. And my number 1 Disney Park show, Goof Troop, because features Goofy and Max and living next door to Pete, and it is very fun. And in my opinion, there would not be a Goofy movie without Goof Troop, because Goof Troop kind of brought way into a Goofy movie, and of course an extremely Goofy movie, but of course Goofy movie is the better one. Anyway, so that's my top 5. Let me know in the comments what your favorite show is from the Disney afternoon, and be sure to watch all those shows. They're on Disney Plus. And speaking of Disney Plus, I hope you guys watch, go on to Disney Plus July 16th and watch all 10 episodes of the Behind the Attractions show, which was supposed to be what the third segment of the show was all about, until we got this major news that just broke yesterday. So, June 15th, guests who are fully vaccinated can keep their mask off, not only outside, as previously said, but also in the queue lines, in the attractions, in the stores, and in the restaurants. The only time a fully vaccinated guest is required to wear their mask is on monorail or Skyliner or any form of Disney transportation. Other than that, fully vaccinated guests are safe to keep their mask off. Non-fully vaccinated guests are still required to keep them on when in indoor locations. So I think this is a big step in the direction that we're going for. Because the rumor has it that fireworks are rumored to return next month, and I think this is a big step towards that direction. Another big step towards getting the citizens of Hollywood back, and getting Hoop-Dee-Doo back, and slated Space 220 to finally open. For those of you who haven't seen last week's top 5. But yeah, I am very glad that Disney has decided to give fully vaccinated guests the thumbs up for taking them off if they really feel like it. And since I'm fully vaccinated, it works for me. But again, the only time you are required to wear your mask if you're fully vaccinated is on Disney transportation. So, anyway, that's this week's show. As I've said before, let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions for future tips, and I'll make sure it gets into a future episode. And now, for this week's shoutouts, make sure you check out my buddy Michael over at Mousepiration. He does an awesome podcast. And for those of you who haven't seen my interview with him back in April, my interview with him is on his YouTube channel, Mousepiration. So check that out. Also, make sure you check out my buddy over at Theme Park Lifestyle, life with a Y instead of an I. I forgot to leave the style out at last week's shoutouts. He does some great videos from a lot of different parks. And also for the California perspective of things, make sure you check out my friends over at Fresh Baked Disney. They do a lot of great news videos about Disneyland, and some cool videos from inside Disneyland and Disney's California Adventure. Make sure you check them out. Also, make sure you check out my friends over at Oh Snap Productions, who make parody videos and videos of short films and movie trailer spoofs. Make sure you check them out. And as always, for the latest attraction news, make sure you subscribe to my good friends over at Attractions Magazine. And until next time, have a zippity-doo-dah day.